Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn from Lot 95 Designs, and today we're going to be working in my Faith Art Planner. It's my colorable day timer from Costco, and I have a new fun technique. This is one of the napkins that I found downstairs in my cupboard, and I thought, oh no, I can't use that. We're going to do an art page with this. So first thing I'm gonna do is I've pulled the backing apart because it was two pieces. So all I have left is just this tissue paper. I'm going to cut out some of the elements, and then we're gonna have some fun with some matte medium, some paints, some stencils, and a very nice little verse. So I'll cut this up and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've cut out all the little things out of the napkins. They're very flimsy and a little hard to cut, but we managed. And today's verse is thinking about, talking about, and worrying about something is not the same as praying about it. A lot of times I worry and, things happen, but gotta let go and let God take care of it, right? So I'll be thinking about that as I'm working on my page. And what I'm going to use is the Liquitex Matte Medium. And it's going to dry clear, so it will help the elements stay on the page. So we'll just put some there. It's very liquidy. So I'm just going to put some where I want the butterfly to be on the page. And like I said, this will dry clear so we can do stenciling or whatever we want over top of it. So we'll just put Mr. Butterfly down. And it doesn't matter if Mr. Butterfly wrinkles a bit because that's cool for mixed media. So just put him down. And then I'm going to take the matte gel and go over top of him. And that will glue him down to the page. Sorry, had some little black doodads. So yep, this is how we're going to get him down. And then we'll just let him dry. And then we'll do a couple more fun techniques with him. So we'll leave him down and we'll move over to this side of the page. And do some little butterflies and some flowers. I love napkins and I always think, what can I do with them? So this is just a fun way you can add these really into anything, in your Bible journals, into your praise and pray journals. You can all kinds of fun elements. So now we'll all be out buying and taking napkins. I need to go to my friends and see if they have any cool napkins I can borrow. So how's everybody's day? It's cold and rainy here again. I've been doing a lot of technique videos this weekend. So you'll probably see this in a few weeks when it's hot and sunny. They kept saying, oh, it's going to be an El Nino year and it's going to be just beautiful and hot. And yeah, that didn't happen here. It's been raining for about 3 days already. So that's kind of not very fun, but I'm getting a lot of stuff done in the studio. So that's a good thing. Oh, these are very flimsy to work with. Let's get him down. There we go. And this takes a while to dry, so you can always move them around. I really love the dragonfly. That was my favorite of this napkin. So I thought, where can I put them on a page? And when I find little sayings that I like, I write them out and I print them out and I leave them on my desk, and then I can just put them in a page here and there. This guy down. He's attached to the butterfly, or the dragonfly. So we'll try and find a spot for him first, and then do the flower. Okay, Mr. Dragonfly. So a fussy little technique, but it'll be worth it in the end. It'll look really pretty in the journals. And sometimes like this, you've ripped off a piece of him. Well, we can just put him right back. There, we'll try to get that apart. And put him down. My fingers are sticky because of this. And it doesn't matter if you go over the paper or you don't get it right in the spot. It really doesn't matter. It dries clear, so if you get it on other parts of your page, it's not going to matter at all. And a lot of people use this to prep their Bible pages with in their actual Bibles. I've never tried it. I use Liquitex Clear Gesso for mine, so I've never tried the matte gel medium. Okay, little guy, we need you to stay still. That'll have to be. Yes, see how fussy this can be? So we're just gonna let them wrinkle. It's all good. Remember what I always say about art, it's called creative freedom. So if it doesn't quite work well or something doesn't quite fit, it doesn't matter, because we can always shade it, we can always make it work somehow. So everything is down. We're gonna give it a dry. Oh, I've got one more little flower here I was gonna tuck in. So maybe we'll just put him over here somewhere. My page is nice and squishy now, as I call it. This is kind of like decoupage back in the old day, which is kind of fun. Does anybody used to do decoupage or still do decoupage? I remember my mom doing it a lot, and it looked like so much fun. Okay, so I'm just going to rinse off my brush, and while I'm at it, I'm just going to dry this up, and then I'll glue down the words with the Yes Paste. I show this, I think, in every video because I love Yes Paste. And then I'll grab some stencils and we'll be back to finish up our page. All right, everything is dried and glued down. Just wanted to show you the page here, what it looks like. Some of it's a little wrinkled, but it's all good. And there's Mr. Butterfly and our sayings. So now we'll just continue on and do a little bit of decorating. Just gonna do my usual black outline. I was trying to think what else I wanted to add to this, and I was thinking maybe a little flower or something needs to come onto the page. I'm not quite sure. You know me, I never have a great idea until I get going, right? I loved this part of the napkin. I love these little flowers, and I thought, oh, could I cut those out? And I thought, well, you know what? We could just paint them on. So I'm just gonna grab some lilac paint, some lavender, put that there, and then just paint some like little circles. And then we can decorate them up after. When I did the background on this, it was a these little roller things. I jelly plated those, and then this is just a roller thing. So what I did is I actually used this one with swirls and just put it in silver paint and just ran across my jelly plate. I thought that was a kind of a fun and cool technique. Just something different for the jelly plate. We'll put some there, and then maybe we'll put some up here. We'll do more of a leafy kind of thing as it suggests, because sometimes that's probably best is to follow the picture. This one's kind of going its own way, so we'll just add another dot there. We'll leave that for now. Pop that into the water, maybe give these a little dry. And then we're just going to use some Pitt pens to highlight some of the butterflies. And all in all, this is a very easy page to do, yet really looks complicated when you look at it and you think, wow, how'd you get all that on the page? Well, it's just some matte medium and some napkins. So this is just a Pitt pen, and what's it called? Into Threen Blue? Not sure. And I'm just gonna go around the butterflies just to get them to pop off the page, and you can use your fingers to blend this down. And I just give them a little bit of a highlighted look on the page. So I'm just putting it down, squishing it around with my fingers. You have a little bit of time to get this to move, not a lot. So I'm just going to zoom in for a quick second here so we can focus on the butterfly, and then just, like I said, just moving some color around, bringing out some intensity in the little butterfly. And you can use different colors too. We can use, here's a lighter blue. I was looking and I unfortunately do not have purple. Who doesn't have a purple Pitt pen? Apparently me. So I'm just gonna add some color into his wings, a little bit with the blue, and that turned out nice. I don't even think it needs a smudge. So that looks pretty good. So now we're just gonna move over and do these guys up here. And the same thing, just some blue in and amongst the rest of the thing. It just gives it more of a highlight. And then just, I'm gonna go around with the darker blue and give it a little smudge so that so he looks like he's popping off the page here. He's a fun little guy. And I guess he needs antennas because I cut those off. They were too thin to bring with me when I cut. It was lots of fun cutting this, I tell ya. So this is all I'm gonna do, is just play with this for a bit and go back and forth with the outlining and the smudging. And then maybe a little bit of white paint, because you know I gotta put that white paint everywhere. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. And it just brings out little butterflies. Fun stuff. The page is looking pretty good, and maybe a little bit of outlining on the flowers. I might just use some purple paint. Maybe we'll grab some purple paint and just smish that on with our fingers. My camera battery is flashing at me. I'm gonna take a moment, change that, and we'll be right back to do more coloring. Okay, we got fresh batteries, we're ready to roll. I'm just gonna zoom in on the flowers for a minute. And what I'm doing with these is I'm just taking a little bit of paint on my finger, and where there's purple, I'm just adding some in. I'm just squishing it with my finger. Not a brush, just highlighting the flowers a little bit. Anywhere there's some purple. And we can even put some over here on the butterfly a little bit, perk them up a bit. And I think maybe on this guy, we'll do a little bit of the green for him. To me, it's not fun unless you are totally covered in paint and ink by the end of your day, right? I apologize for the shadows. I can't get enough light in here today because of the rain, and it's just so cloudy. It's one of those days where you want to sleep all day. That might be a good idea, right? Sleeping. And then again with the flowers, I'm going to do the same thing, is just go around them. Use the pen to highlight and smudge. Get that all done up. And it just makes the flower pop a bit. And you don't have to be too fussy either. When you cut out your napkins, you can even just rip them and put them down. So it's very easy to do. It's a fun little technique. I love this book. If you're just joining me, this is my colorable day timer from Costco. I literally jelly plated the whole book in a day. I took my jelly and I went crazy. I just started jelly printing every page. So the whole book is jelly printed. So now all I have to do is add the artwork, because I find when I bring my jelly plate out and all the paints, and you might as well just keep on going, right? That's the way I figure it. Okay, so I can finish a lot of that later. And we'll just get out some white paint and do some splashes. That's done. I think we used all that up on the last video. Let me get that out of the way. Whoops, this one needs a good shake. Here we are. Ta-da! And I'm just gonna grab my little sea sponge and my stencils and back up our little thing here so we can see both pages and what kind of trouble I'm gonna get into. So basically just taking the sea sponge, putting a little bit of paint on it. Learned in the last video, you don't want a lot of paint on it. So just adding a few little highlights to the page and maybe a bit on the butterfly wings. Just a dab or two. Don't want to get too crazy with those because I still do want to be able to see them and see my background. And we could do maybe a couple on the flowers just to perk those up. See, I'm getting better. I had too much paint in the last video. I did. Gosh, if you watch my videos, I get kind of crazy with paint. And I'm just gonna dress this page up a bit. And that's about it. Gonna just continue on, maybe with a little bit of shading and highlighting. But that's the general technique of how to use a napkin in your art journal page, or your Bible pages, or prayer journals. I'm gonna try this technique in the Praise and Pray journal, I think. I have another butterfly left, so I think he's going in my journal. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day. All the supplies will be listed at the bottom of the page. Have an awesome day, peeps. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.